Hi guys, welcome back. Another video for Fallout 4 today. I'd noticed a lot of questions about people trying to set up trade routes and how they kind of interlink the settlements and get settlers to do things. So I thought I'd make a video today doing that because I've already set up a few things, got a good town going, and I'm out identifying different places that I can now set up, start building bigger settlements. Now there's certain places that are easier to kind of build up settlements than others, so you've got to be kind of picky. I'm on a PS4, so if you hit L1, what this does is it shows you where the trade routes are, but it also shows you settlements that you can set up trade routes to. So you can see here the ones with the lines are the ones I've already set up trade routes to. And I've identified County Crossing down here and Nordhagen Beach as the next two that I'm going to set up. Now, one of the biggest reasons for setting up the trade route to begin with is it allows you to access all your resources. So if I click out of that now, and I'll show you, if I go into constructing mode, you can see here when I'm on sleeping bag there, it says cloth 1 of 3. Now if I go up to, this is here I've got 12 people in the slog, because the slog's actually quite an easy one to make into a settlement, because it's a nice kind of, you know, flat square area that's already well kind of developed, and it's an area that's easy to build. Okay, so we're in the slog now. I'll just quickly show you because it's quite a nice easy place to off. It's already a lot of food here. Once you put a fence around this bottom area here, you can, it's quite easy to stick a little house in there, get some more beds in. You've already got a place for water where they're doing their crops. So this is quite an easy place to set up. But I've got 12 settlers here, and I can now start using these settlers to open up the trade route instead of using my ones from Sanctuary, because there's only so many people you could actually have in a settlement, I believe. I've only seen the maximum of 17 in Sanctuary, so you've got the original ones plus so many. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a settler here, and I'll start opening up the trade route. So all you've got to do is when you're in a settlement is go into construction mode. What you want to do is walk up to a settler. Right. So when you walk up to them, on the PS4 it's R1, it'll be different on the PC. Use supply line, you can see down the bottom in text, hit supply line. So what this now does is it says send settler to. And so I want to set up the next part of this link to County Crossing. Assign supply line to County Crossing, confirm. So what they're going to do is, if you now look at the map, you can see that the slog is now going to be linked to County Crossing. So if I go to County Crossing, I'll now show you that I can access the resources there to build. Because what happens is when you start a sanctuary and you start building up all your resources, the workbench itself where all the resources are held, you can access those resources to build anywhere that's on the actual trade route link. As long as it's linked, it doesn't have to be directly linked, but as long as it's linked, you can then start accessing all of your resources. So this isn't the greatest place, but you would actually be able to build a decent little settlement here. So you can see here now, if I go into construction mode, I'll click on anything, go to resources. You can see there, bridge, wood 1797, steel 362. That now says that I've got access to the resources from my own sanctuary construction. Now the way that this works is it might throw a few people off. If you walk up to the workbench in an area, and you click on transfer, you'll see in the workshop there's very little in there. You'd be like, well, I can't access my resources. Well, that's not how it works. basically the workshop is a containment unit in itself. So whatever's stored in there is individual to each settlement. However, by linking the actual settlement itself to the trade route, once you go into construction mode, it then gives you access to the resources, as you'll see there. So if I was to click on something different, let's go into defense, turrets. So you can see there, steel, circuitry, gear, oil. I'm running out of oil. So you got access to all of these resources, so you could start building up your settlement here. Now, I've only got one person in this settlement, but what I'm going to have to do is obviously I'm going to have to recruit in order to get more people coming here, but I need to get Nordhagen Beach linked. So I've got to find where my settler is. If he's in bed, tough shit, mate. I'm getting you out of bed. Well, let's get it backwards. So if I click on him there, click on R1, and what we're going to do is send him off in his little sleepy head down to Nordhagen Beach. Okay, confirm that. That's right, get out of bed. You got work to do, buddy. Right, so this place has now got no people, so what I'll do is I'll start building this place up first. But if I now go back down to the map, click L1, you can see that Nordhagen Beach is now on the actual supply line. And even though it's not directly linked, so now we're down here, so even though it's not directly linked, now I'm here, I go back into the build mode, and you can see here I've now got access to steel and cloth and all the stuff that I needed. Wood 1800. So just by actually linking up places, you get access to all of your resources from your main supply area in Sanctuary. So the idea of building up your resources in Sanctuary then allows you to use it everywhere else on the map. Now, in order to start recruiting people in an area, power, which one is it? Let's have a look. Is it power miscellaneous? Yeah, power miscellaneous. You've got the recruitment radio beacon. So all you've got to do is stick a recruitment beacon in the actual settlement, make sure it's powered up. And once that's on, people will start coming to the actual settlement. But what you've got to do, the trick about this, is you've got to make sure there's plenty of beds. Once the beds are there, they will start coming. You've got to make sure there's plenty of water, plenty of food. You've got power. And the key to it mainly is the defences. If there's not enough defences, the place will get attacked. So you've got to really make sure that you build the defences in a place. So I'm back at Sanctuary, and one of the things that I'd noticed from reading a lot of the forums is once you've actually got settlers in your area, I mean, how do you actually know who's new and who's not new? Well, what I've done is I've started picking up things like hats and dresses and suits whenever I'm out and about. And all you've got to do is come up to a settler, trade with them, stick a dress, for example. If I talk to her,
You looking for something to wear?
trade, and then you click on trade,
I just want to trade a few.
Sure thing.
and all you do is go to your inventory, go into say apparel, and then you move something into their backpack, go into their backpack, and then equip. So you can actually equip each settler with something different, which then allows you to kind of identify who's new, who's not new, who's been assigned jobs. So it's like she's got the chef because she's working at the bar. You notice here I've been working quite hard to actually build up just a little bit of a social area. Somewhere I've got all my magazines and my little bobbleheads going up. So once you've actually built up a little area, you'll notice that when you've got a place that sells drinks, you know, the bar, they will hang around where the bar is. So if you build a little area with loads of chairs and seats and a bar and blah 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 blah. If you put this bar at the other end of town, what they'll do is they'll all hang around that bar at the other end of town. So it's just one little tip, is to make sure that your bar, where the drinks are, is actually near the area with all the seating and, you know, a little bar area or whatever you've done. Let's check out what time of day it is. We could actually show you what happens. If you go to sleep, for example, 6 p.m. now. So if I go to sleep for an hour, once it gets to the end of the working days, most settlers have a time of day where they work. What they'll do is they'll work, have a break, work, have a break, and then once it gets to about evening time, around 8 o'clock or so, well, there we go. So you can actually now see them walking off, because what they do is the particular time of day they will actually stop working and they will start congressing on an area. So you can see here where the bars are. Everyone is coming down now for the end of the day, and they will actually socialise in one area. So I mean, the AI of the game is actually pretty cool how they've done it. So once you've actually set up these things, the lower level bar is the first one I'd set up. The second level bar
Don't much care for good neighbor.
is a little bit more powerful. You will make money from it, but the one thing is, if you actually put a point into medic, you can set up the actual clinic, and the person that works there actually turns into a doctor. So you actually have a doctor in your settlement. Now I can't say I'm making a huge amount of money from it, but if you come up to your workshop bench, this is where all the money comes from the money that the town is making. Oh, actually, I'm making quite a lot. Well, there we go. Once I actually left this a few days just to kind of try and kind of look at how much I was making. But I'd noticed once I'd upgraded the trading stands, then these caps are going up. Once you go out and do like a mission, go somewhere else, these caps actually go up a lot quicker. If you're just standing around town, you'll notice they don't go up a lot at all. So that's pretty good. And the other thing is purified water. Always make sure you drain out the purified water, because you can sell this for absolute stacks of money. So we're going to the next phase of talking about the settlements and stuff. When Carla comes into town, what you'll notice is in your skill tree, if you haven't already done it, if you look at the perk tree, there's a couple of things here that is going to help to make money. Now, charisma, the one at the very top, you've really got to put a couple of points into this early in the game if you want to start making money from selling things to vendors. And the other one, obviously, in order to start creating the stores in the town, you need a local leader. You need 2 points in there to pretty much get yourself set up. And once you've got those points in there, you can start making a lot of money by coming up to people like Trashcan Carla.
Hey,
Come on, I want to trade. Make some money. So if you come up to her and barter,
Yeah, keep your shirt on.
if I go into my inventory now and go down and sell the purified water, you'll see there I'm actually getting 10 caps per purified water once you've actually set it up a little bit higher. So you can make a lot more money just by getting huge amounts of purified water from the river down the bottom and selling these off. So that's 400 caps just by doing that. Easy money. Okay, so I hope that helps you get your settlement sorted out, setting up the links and things. There's only a couple of pointers there that really need to be looked at in order to start expanding. Obviously you need a lot of resources to start building up different settlements. So if there's certain things that you're lacking, then you just got to get out in the world, start looting the hell out of everything, building up resources, particularly things like copper, ceramics, things for building the turrets, the and the power supplies and all that kind of stuff. Once you've got enough of those, go and build up a new settlement. Once you've built up a new settlement, then you can just keep on expanding and expanding as you're doing different missions. You'll see different places growing, and once you've got a load of settlers in one place, then it's quite nice just to be able to, you know, build up an area and watch your little empire grow as you get into the game. So anyway, cheers for that. I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you guys again soon. Cheers. Goodbye.